What happened to me shouldn't happen to anyone, but I'm glad it did. As I walked into my own jewelry store, dressed in nothing more than jeans and a t-shirt, I was met with suspicion instead of recognition. The ambient hum of Santa Monica's Diamond Luxe Boutique, a glamorous setting filled with shimmering diamonds and sparkling gold, contrasted sharply with the icy stare of my manager, Rebecca. Her condescending tone dripped with assumption, as if my attire stripped away my identity as the CEO. "Can I help you?" she asked, eyebrow raised, as if scrutinizing a potential thief. I felt a pang of disbelief. How could a woman whose dreams I had nurtured and whose paycheck I authorized dismiss me so casually? My pulse quickened, not with anger, but a quiet determination. When I asked to see our high-value Aurora collection, Rebecca scoffed, delivering a dismissive remark that revealed the biases I had faced my entire life. I could feel her unease when I finally revealed my identity, and for a fleeting moment, silence enveloped the room. Watching her crumble was bittersweet. I had always been the one confronting society's expectations. "So you judge a book by its cover," I said, my voice steady. The talk that followed ignited something within me. I was no longer just a black woman in a privileged world. I was a voice for those silenced before me. By the end of that encounter, it wasn't just Rebecca who faced consequences. I chose to fire her, transforming our store into a space where respect would reign. As I stepped out, media gathered, waiting for a statement. I stood before them not just as Jessica Carter, the CEO, but as a woman reclaiming her story. My resolve was clear. Dignity and inclusion triumphed over profit. This was just the beginning of a wider conversation about equity in our society, one I was proud to lead. "Excuse me, can I see the Aurora collection?" Jessica asked, her voice calm, though her heart raced beneath the simplicity of her jeans and t-shirt. The store manager, Rebecca, looked her up and down, lips curling in disdain. "Sorry, we don't entertain window shoppers. You should really check out the thrift stores down the block." Jessica's breath caught, flames of humiliation flickering in her chest. "I'm not a window shopper. I'm the CEO of this store." Fed, crossing her arms, the cool air of privilege shrouding her like a cloak. "And I'm the Queen of England. Look, if you can't afford brushed, is this how you treat all your customers? Judging them based on what they wear?" Jessica stepped closer, feeling empowered yet vulnerable. "I've been judged my whole life. I didn't grow up in a diamond-encrusted cradle, but I built this brand. That means something." Promptly because Sahattered, revealing panic as her eyes widened. "Wait, you're Jessica Carter." "Surprise," Jessica replied, her voice laced with steel. Silence enveloped them, tension thick, as the air seemed to pulse with 1,000 accusations. "You need to leave," Rebecca stammered, fumbling for composure. "No," Jessica declared, her resolve hardening. "You're the one who's fired. It's 2023. We shouldn't have to deal with this prejudice in our own store." Her words swept the room, igniting a sense of clarity. As Rebecca staggered back, the echoes of Jessica's authority rang out, ready to redefine her store. Diversity over disdain, respect over revenue. She turned, the bitter sting of humiliation replaced by the sweet taste of hard-earned pride. Jessica Carter walked into Diamond Luxe Boutique, the familiar scent of luxury wafting through the air. But today, the thrill of her own creation felt tainted. Dressed simply, deliberately inconspicuous, she was on a mission to taste the service of her own brand. As if tethered by invisible strings of prejudice, Rebecca, the store manager, regarded her with thinly veiled suspicion. "What can I help you with today?" Rebecca asked, her tone thick with condescension. "I'd like to see the Aurora collection," Jessica replied, her heart racing but her voice calm. "A collection for clients with more refined taste, dear," Rebecca sneered, dismissing her. The words stung more than she anticipated. Jessica felt the familiar weight of judgment settle on her shoulders, a feeling she had carried for years. When she finally revealed her identity, the way Rebecca's eyes widened in panic felt like a slap. Silence draped around them, thick as it was bitter, as the reality of the situation sank in. Jessica clenched her fists, memories of lesser moments tumbling forth, every glance, every whisper, every unworthy interaction flashing through her mind. "I deserve better than this," she stated firmly, her voice now steady. She confronted Rebecca, whose shaky excuses revealed the cracks of her own insecurities. The child, the mortgage, the need to belong. What had begun as an ordinary day transformed into a crucible of realizations. Jessica, recognizing that the fight was not just personal, a decision was seeping into her consciousness, swelling like a tide ready to sweep away the old. She met Rebecca's gaze without flinching, an undeniable resolve building within her. It was more than just a job. It was a stance against a palpable bias, a reminder that dignity surpasses a bottom line. "You're fired," she declared. Supervised, the room held its breath. The change had begun. Jessica Carter stood before the counter of her own store, the glimmering displays of diamond-encrusted jewelry catching her eye yet feeling miles away. "I'd like to see the Aurora collection, please," she requested, her voice steady despite the knot of tension in her stomach. Take the dismissive glare from Rebecca, the store manager, cut deeper than expected. "Do you even know if you can afford it?" she shot back, her tone dripping with condescension. Jessica swallowed her anger. The judgment felt like a familiar weight, one she had carried all her life. "Excuse me?" Jessica replied, her voice low but firm. The air felt charged as customers paused to observe. "What I can afford isn't your concern." Silence fell, thick with disbelief. Rebecca's bravado faltered. "I just thought, stimulate—" "Wrong," Jessica interjected, stepping closer, her resolve solidifying. "I am Jessica Carter, the CEO of this boutique, and your assumptions cost you more than you realize." Jessica saw the panic flicker in Rebecca's eyes, her superiority crumbling. "This isn't just about you and me," Jessica continued, her tone unwavering. "It's about everyone who walks through those doors. This ends today." The trembling in Rebecca's hands betrayed her, revealing the hesitation that had let societal biases shape her actions. With a deep breath, Jessica declared, "I'm letting you go." She turned to her staff, welcoming Kevin into a newfound management role. "We will create a culture of respect here. Our clients deserve that." Small victories for Jessica, the acknowledgement of her authority danced in the eyes of those around her. "It's time we understand that dignity matters more than profits," she concluded, her confidence echoing through the store as she faced a pivotal change, long awaited and well-deserved. Jessica Carter stepped into Diamond Luxe Boutique, her heart dancing with anticipation. Draped in an unassuming outfit, she sought to assess the very customer service ethos she'd built as the CEO and founder. But as soon as she entered, the air thickened. Rebecca, the store manager, glanced her way, her lips curling dismissively.
What can I do for you?
Rebecca's tone dripped with skepticism, scanning Jessica from head to toe. "I'd like to see your Aurora collection," Jessica replied, holding her ground. "What?" Rebecca's laughter was harsh. "You mean the high-value pieces we don't—" Quiet tension coursed through the store. Eyes darted expectantly between them, sensing the clash. Ice melted in Jessica as she slowly revealed her identity. "I'm Jessica Carter, the CEO." A sudden hush blanketed the room. Rebecca's arrogance shattered, panic flickering in her eyes as she understood her colossal error. Moments stretched uncomfortably, Rebecca's facade crumbling as Jessica confronted her biases. "You judge my worth based on appearances. How often have you turned away others like me?" The silence grew heavier, while Jessica's calm resolve shone brilliant against Rebecca's spiraling insecurity. This wasn't just about one interaction. It was society's reflection in real time, the sales floor a battleground for dignity. "Perhaps this isn't the place for you," Jessica said, her voice steady and clear. "You're fired." Maddened gasps reverberated in the air, with Jessica's employees subtly nodding in muted agreement, a silent triumph echoing through the store's glossy walls. Later, standing at the podium during a press conference, Jessica spoke plainly about respect in retail. Profit is meaningless without dignity. She felt vindicated watching the audience nod, applaud softly, a wave of support emanating from people who saw their own struggles in her story. Diamond Luxe Boutique would no longer reinforce elitism. It would champion inclusion. Jessica's journey of resilience rang clearly as she invited others to share their experiences. igniting a powerful conversation about bias and the importance of compassion in every corner of society. As I look back on that day, I realize it was more than just a confrontation. It was a defining moment for me and for my store. Standing there, facing the woman who underestimated my worth, I felt a surge of emotions, anger, sadness, but ultimately a profound resolve. I had spent years building Diamond Luxe Boutique into a place of inclusivity, yet here was a wall of bias glaring back at me, reminding me how far society still needs to go. Letting go of Rebecca was a tough decision, but it was necessary. I wanted to foster a culture of respect, not just for myself, but for every person who has ever felt judged by their appearance or background. Is it the right choice? Not. But in my heart, I believe it was essential. So I ask you, do you think I went too far? What would you have done in my shoes? Have you ever had someone treat you like that? I invite you to share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Let's engage in this vital conversation about bias, power, and the pursuit of justice together.